The money farm is the first part of any great theme park to get built. I do know that this park is making an absolute ton of money. Your money farm probably looks like this. And if that's the case, you are missing out on $90,000 an hour. So that's why I'll show you how to make a money farm that fixes all of the mistakes that most money farms have. Here's what you will need to make this park. I've got all of these piles of money behind me, representing digging costs, $50,000. Coasters, they will cost an average about $4,500 a piece, times 23, which is a total of around $100,000 for them. Stalls, $10,000. And decorations are $8,000. So in total, budget about $170,000 to build this. And if you want to save time, you can open the theme park early, have guests come in, and the theme park would start paying for itself. And you'd only need about $120,000 in that case. Now, game passes. No game passes are necessary, but for maximum efficiency, I'll show you how to use ride operations to make all of these coasters as efficient as possible. Since this place is already built up, I am going to have to close it and delete everything. Ooh. Okay, this is serious. A big fat dab. What we will do is dig a hole that's 12 meters deep and goes at least 17 meters out from the entrance. Don't put the park any higher, otherwise you're going to have roller coasters sticking out of the ground and it's going to look like a mess. I'll create a little slice of the money park, and as with all money parks, you can just repeat it horizontally, and it will make more money the bigger you make it up to a point. We will start building the main path for the theme park 7 blocks out, and this will be a bit different than most money farms. I want the path to be 4 blocks wide, and it can be however long you want. What's genius about this is that you can relocate the food stalls to the middle of the path rather than having the queue path have to wrap around it. And what you can do next is add some amenities, trash cans, and seats, and we'll be putting these on every single tile that isn't already filled with a stall. Okay, now time for the good part, the roller coasters. I have studied which roller coasters make the most money on a previous money farm. It's recommending we start with the launched spinning coaster. The reason it's so good is that it's more expensive to ride than most other coasters. Build the roller coaster 2 blocks out from the main path. Make sure the station is 2 blocks long. That's what we'll always be doing. First off, our roller coaster will go into a chain lift. Make it steep, but not as steep as this, because I can't. And we'll just do 1 normal track. Let's test. Oop. And back down. The ride time is 5 seconds. This is what you want to optimize. Chain lift speed, maximum. Gravity power should also be maximum. Those should both make the roller coaster teensy bit faster. 3 seconds, wow. And that's why you want to use the advanced editor and ride operations if you have it, because this is more efficient than having it go up the default way. Put the entrance at the front of the coaster and the exit anywhere on the side. Make the queue too long. Let's now build an entrance. Now we can connect the entrance of our park to the main path to get guests flowing in. This part doesn't matter as much, but I recommend starting the path 1 block below ground level so your guests spawn underground. The guest will tell you how to price your ride. For me, mine is too expensive. So I'll lower it again. And okay, that person goes in and that person goes in. So now we know. Price rides 10% below. But before you replicate this model, I want you to be aware of things that are in a lot of money farms that actually make them less efficient. Thing number 1, use one-way gates. People put them around the exits of rides so the guests don't wander. And it doesn't solve the problem, and I've tested it. It reduces the income your park generates by about 1%. Thing 2 you should avoid is a variety of food and drink stalls. Some of the most popular tutorials tell you to use all of the stalls, but the thing is, your guests do not have taste buds, and they don't care. So I recommend feeding them the most expensive foods and the most expensive drinks to maximize your revenue. For drinks, use the hot drinks, and you can sell them for $12 or $13. And for food, you could use either the pizza or the burger stall and sell each for $10. Thing 3 that should not be in your theme park is too many restrooms. You should start with one and then add another for each 35 guests you get. And the reason why we don't want too many of them is because they generate less revenue than the food stalls. For the longest time, I always thought lighting was a necessity to get guests to visit your park during the night. The guests don't care about it at all. I wouldn't recommend adding this because once this theme park is underground, you will hardly ever visit it again. Okay, now back to the tutorial. And add our second ride, so more guests will come. Okay, the next most profitable coaster is the bobsled coaster. I recommend you do use these more expensive models. So this roller coaster station is 2 blocks wide, and it will work pretty well. Up, 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 and building this piece. That. Make sure to test your ride so you don't end up killing any guests. And always chain lift speed, gravity multiplier, and we won't really care about anything else. See the stats and testing mode. 2! Whoopsie doops. Let's just extend it by the slightest amount. Now it works. Now open. Holy moly. This made $672 in the last 5 minutes. We'll take a look at the scenery number. Appearance is at only a 0.23. If we get that a little better, it's a win. So around the entrance, around the exit, we will have hedges. This is good because you don't even need disabled collisions. 0.33, okay. A lot of guests want to go to the restroom. It's about time we build one. Let's put one right here. And while we're looking at other stalls, let's build a hat stall and a balloon stall because they make good money. Honestly, you do not need that many restrooms, and they should be $6. We can expand our park to contain pretty much any coaster, just as long as it's not a powered coaster, which wouldn't work. And don't do coasters that have a default price lower than $23. I've got the format down. How about you build 10 more rides in your own money farm while I'm away? So here's my list of the highest money-making coasters. About an hour and 20 minutes, and I've expanded the theme park to 23 money farming coasters. Once you've reached this point, you don't need any more because you should be averaging about 170 guests, which is about the maximum allowed in the game. And here's a new one. It's made about 390 in the last 5 minutes. And one of our best coasters, the stand-up coaster, has made us for over 500 in the past 5 minutes. It's time for a 6-minute test. Let's see how much money I make in 6 minutes, and then I'll multiply that by 240. That would be about the daily rate. Park is 4.5 stars, which means you can charge guests $66 to enter. And make sure to do that because it's free money. Okay, 6 minutes starting now. Okay, it's just been 6 minutes. And in this time, we made $23,000. We take the number 23, we divide it by 368 seconds times 3,600 seconds in an hour. That means we make $225,000 an hour. Multiply it by 24, and now our money farm makes $5.4 million a day, an extra $2 million per day. And the best part of our new money farm is that we can cover it and pretend it never happened, unless you've seen this video. And if you have, in that case, you should try building this park yourself. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.